confiance jusqu'ici. C'est juste mon avis, là, mais ce matin, il avait l'air confortable. Comment tu le trouves?
Ouais, non, je suis d'accord avec toi. Non, depuis... tu sais, puis je sais, le camp vient de commencer, mais ça fait une couple de semaines qu'il est ici, tu sais, puis on a déjà des... On a été capable d'observer bien avant que le camp commence. Il est dans une bonne place, tu sais, puis on va continuer son cheminement.
Qu'est-ce que tu as remarqué? C'est sûr que c'est un premier week-end, c'est pas de vrais adversaires, de vrais matchs, mais as-tu remarqué quelque chose de particulier dans le jeu de Bolduc?
Mais je connais le joueur, tu sais, c'est dur à dire dans des scrimmages de même, mais tu sais, comme tu vois, tu sais, c'est un gars qui il a des bonnes touches, il est assez efficace côté où ce que la rondelle devrait aller, tu sais, fait qu'il y a une intelligence. On le sait qu'il y a un bon lancer. Je ne l'ai pas vu lancer beaucoup. Ça ne veut pas dire qu'il n'est pas capable de lancer, mais c'est de continuer à développer une chimie avec les gars qu'il va jouer avec. Mais tu vois qu'il y a un bon package, c'est un jeune joueur. Puis il est capable d'amener de la robustesse aussi, de la physicalité. Puis je te dirais comme pas juste pour lui, mais en général, le niveau de physicalité durant les scrimmages et tout, il était très haut, le niveau de combativité. Moi, c'est ça que j'aime beaucoup.
Il semble, en tout cas, à moins que je fasse erreur, mais je trouve qu'il y a un bon ordinateur défensif.
Oui, non, c'est sûr. C'est un joueur de Ligue nationale.
Concernant Xhekaj, Arber, qu'est-ce que tu veux voir de lui dans ce camp-là? C'est à quoi tu t'attends de sa part?
Mais je m'attends, tu sais, c'est un jeune défenseur. Je m'attends qu'il prenne un autre step, puis je trouve qu'il l'a pris cet été. Tu le vois, il est très, très, très engagé. Il travaille fort. Non, il y a quelque chose... Il y a quelque chose qui est le fun à voir présentement avec Arber, comment il se comporte dans les trois premières journées. Là, puis même dans l'exercice de patin là, à la fin qu'on vient juste de faire. C'est un exercice physique, mais aussi un exercice mental. Puis je trouve Arber était là. Puis non, tu vois qu'il est capable de... qu'il veut prendre un autre step. Puis comme je dis toujours, ça part toujours avec le joueur. Puis il fait ça. Là.
Tu as effleuré la question au tournoi de golf, mais à propos d'Alex Newhook, j'aimerais ça t'entendre sur un peu y a-t-il un genre de remodelage de son rôle, de son identité, d'exploiter ses forces différemment au service de ce dont ton équipe a besoin cette année, qui pourrait peut-être être différent?
Oui, ça se peut. Puis son patin est excellent, son stamina est excellent, il est capable de... il y a beaucoup de gaz, puis c'est d'utiliser ça peut-être dans différentes chaises, rôles. C'est parce que moi, un joueur qui patine comme ça, puis c'est pas le plus grand, mais il est pesant. Puis ça peut beaucoup nous aider défensivement. Puis tout joueur qui arrive dans la Ligue nationale, la plupart, c'était tous des joueurs offensifs. Surtout aujourd'hui. Là, 30 ans, c'était différent. Aujourd'hui, c'est pas mal tout des joueurs offensifs. Puis c'est de comprendre comment utiliser tes forces pour devenir un joueur peut-être plus de 200 pieds. Puis des fois, mais c'est pas comme si nous, qu'on voyait enlever son côté offensif. Là, mais c'est quelqu'un que je regarde qui peut peut-être nous aider à tuer des punitions. Mais je sais qu'il est versatile, puis il peut jouer à l'aile, au centre, il peut jouer dans le top 6. Fait que, tu sais, il y a un bon package pour nous aider à nous donner ce qu'on a besoin. Puis on va continuer à évaluer là-dessus, mais son patin fait une grosse partie de ça.
You were talking about Arber before. He's one of a few players on your team who are in that range of like 165 games to now they're going to get closer to 250 with the games that are coming if they're healthy. What does a player go through in that phase of their development to get to that finished product? What are the finishing touches that you think need to be worked on in that time frame?
I think they get to a certain point where they, who you are at 20 versus like 24, it's a big difference. I think they have learned how to become a pro. There's a maturity both on and off the ice, and they really figure out how they need to play to take this 150 game to 700, 800, in some case 1,000, And I think that happens during that time, like where I feel where Arber's tracking right now, And I think maturity is a big part of it, And the thing I like about Arber is he constantly wants to get better. I think that's the most important skill you need to have if you do want to play for a long time. And you can see it. I see it in my own eyes right now. He's worked on stuff, and it's paying off.
I'm seeing it too. I'm curious. Is he faster? Is he executing faster? Is it just confidence that's
I think it's a combination of both. I feel, confidence doesn't just happen. You feel confident because you've checked all the boxes, you're prepared, you've put the time in. You have to build your own confidence, and I think that's what Arber did this summer. And it always starts with the players.
Marty, what do you like most about Jake Evans as a player, and how do you think playing with Galley and Anderson can help him maybe go to another level?
I mean, Jake's just a veteran guy who, knows what he is, and is very reliable defensively. Very important penalty killer for us. Face-off assignments too, and there's always been an upside on the offensive side of things for Jake. He's a smart player. So, and the line looks like that right now. We'll see where it goes. We're going to try stuff, but, it's a group that you feel pretty confident when they're on the ice, reliable, and can disrupt the other team too. The way Andy can skate and forecheck, and Galley just annoying to play against, and Jake can kind of, play in between that and doing whatever the game needs us to do at that time. He's a very smart player. We'll balance it out on both sides of the puck. So, he's an important player for us.
All three of those guys have become dads recently.
Excuse me?
All three of those guys have become dads recently. What's your best advice to guys now having to adjust hockey and being a dad?
Get you sleep on the road. Yeah, no. I mean, I think you learn as you go. They'll find their ways. You need a big support staff at home, and I'm sure they do. The game is so demanding, but they'll learn as they go. I'm not worried about that.
You've gone with Owen Beck playing next to Newhook and Bolduc early on here in the scrimmages. Just the thought process for you in giving Owen that first chance, and also what's kind of the identity you want to see from that line if they do stick together during the season?
Yeah, no, we'll see what we do. I mean, you want to see how it looks in these scrimmages. For me with Owen, it's he's really good when he plays direct, finishes checks, and and I think brings some physicality. He's got a heavy shot. He's got to find ways to get open and use it. So we'll see what the exhibition games bring us, but he's got to play to his identity. And I think when he's at his best, and he got a few games with us last year, and I thought he was at his best when he played a very direct game and on the forecheck and tracking back and being reliable defensively, playing with some heaviness. And when he does that, I think he helps any line he's on.
Je me laisse avec une question sur les gardiens. Par rapport peut-être à la lutte derrière Samuel Montembeault, qu'est-ce que vous voulez voir pendant le temps? Est-ce qu'il y a une lutte? Est-ce qu'il y a un poste?
Il y a toujours une lutte, tu sais. Tu te fais évaluer tous les jours, les performances. On va voir comment ça va aller. Je trouve qu'on est bien organisé côté gardien, tu sais. Puis ça prend ça. C'est une longue saison. Tu ne sais jamais qu'est-ce qui arrive. Mais tu sais, on évalue ça au quotidien, puis avec les performances.
Est-ce que le fait d'avoir un jeune et un vétéran en lutte, est-ce que ça change quelque chose pour toi
Non.
Puis la familiarité avec Dobes, je pense qu'on a vu l'année passée.
Ouais, tu sais, il est arrivé à un moment quand même assez difficile, tu sais, puis il a surmonté le défi. Tu sais, il nous a donné des bonnes games, puis même down the stretch, vers la fin, tu sais, il jouait pas beaucoup, puis il a été chercher des grosses victoires pour nous autres, tu sais, fait que ça a été un rôle important qui n'est pas souvent facile pour un deuxième gardien qui ne joue pas à la même cadence qu'il est habitué, mais il a fait la job.
Si je peux me permettre, Martin, sur Arber, quand il est arrivé, il est devenu rapidement confiant parce qu'il a été craint rapidement pour l'aspect robustesse. Et
Il était quoi?
Il a été craint rapidement dans la
C'est quoi
ligue.
ce craint?
Les gens avaient peur de lui.
Hein?
Les joueurs avaient
Oh,
peur de
OK,
lui.
ouais.
Tu sais, il a établi sa réputation de ce côté-là rapidement. Tu crois-tu que cette confiance qu'il est allé chercher là a peut-être ralenti la confiance qu'il devait bâtir pour faire des jeux de hockey sur la patinoire? Y a-t-il à un moment donné que ça y a peut-être nuit, ça?
Non, je pense pas. Tu sais, c'est un tout jeune joueur, c'est... Tu sais, c'est pas une ligue facile pour un jeune défenseur. Puis c'est de comprendre que si tu veux être efficace, il faut que tu joues la game en avant de toi. Tu sais, puis c'est des fois, la game, elle t'offre pas la robustesse que tu aimerais amener. Les mises en échec, des fois, ils t'offrent pas ça. Des fois, il faut que tu protèges l'équipe un petit peu au lieu de sortir du jeu pour aller faire une grosse mise en échec. Fait que, puis je pense que c'est quelque chose, tu sais, c'est la lecture du jeu, c'est les répétitions. Tu sais, parce que ces touches, tu sais, Jakub dans l'espace, ses touches ils ont toujours été quand même bonnes. Il y a quand même un bon skill level pour faire ça, puis il y a un bon lancer. Tu sais, c'est de ne pas chercher tout le temps ça. C'est de jouer la game en avant de toi, puis je le dis tout le temps, ça peut arriver. Dans ton premier chiffre, tu vas avoir peut-être 3-4 occasions de jouer dans tes forces. Tu sais, puis peut-être tu ne le verras pas pendant 2-3 chiffres. Es-tu capable de jouer le restant de la game ou tu veux juste jouer dans tes forces? Tu sais, la game, elle va t'amener ça de temps en temps, mais il faut que tu joues la game. Merci.
About you as a candidate to play PK. Did he talk? Did he talk a bit with you about possibility to see on PK this year?
Yeah. I mean, no secret who we lost this year. Off season with Devo and Army leaving, two big guys that played a lot of minutes on the kill last year. So there's a big opportunity there, a big hole to fill, and I think the message from the coaching staff and my mindset coming in is that I can fill that role. I can be that guy to be reliable in that situation on the kill and be a defensive guy this year that's relied upon in some big situations. So excited for the opportunity, and it's a hole that needs to be filled on good teams and on winning teams, and I'm excited for it.
Is that right to say that be good on PK is kind of a good confidence builder for the rest?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you get put in those situations, you're in trust from the coach. I think it helps with, being more involved in the game. And, I think when you're playing more, you're involved a little bit more. Confidence comes from that. And, earning the trust of your coach goes a long way throughout the year for sure.
With your speed and you got a quick stick as well, do you feel like
you're sort of built to do that somehow?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I've killed kind of my whole career up until pro. I haven't really got a shot at it since being here, and I think, you know, it's tough for a young guy to crack a penalty kill roster. I think you look around the league, a lot of the guys that kill are older guys that have been around that, you know, have done their time and, you know, have built themselves up to be in those positions. And, you know, I think coming into year 6 now, I think I've played enough and know what it takes. I know, you know, the sacrifice it takes to be in that position, and I'm excited to get the opportunity to be relied upon that way.
It's early, but maybe just getting a few scrimmages with Bolduc and Beck, whatever you like, and how much chemistry you feel you're building up.
Yeah, I think it's been good. You know, early on, obviously, both very skilled players. Nice to get a look at Bolds here. Early coming in, new guy, but you know he's got a lot of skill. He skates really well, so I think you know we could complement each other and see how it goes.
Having Beck also taking face-offs on the right side, maybe do you feel it's good to have that in the lineup? Most lines with maybe 2 guys that can take draws.
Yeah, it's good for sure. I mean, you know, it's you want to be good in the dot. You know, sometimes I think taking more can help you out when you get in a bit of a rhythm. But yeah, having the guy that can step in there as well if things aren't going well, or to try some different plays or whatever is good to have. So yeah, for sure.
We talked about the PK, but do you feel you might have still a lot of chance on this?
I think it's more like my lifts and stuff are more like injury prevention, making sure that you know when the season comes, I'm healthy, ready to go. I don't really need to get a whole lot stronger. Like it's kind of maintaining and just making sure I'm healthy.
I have a crazy question. You might not have a memory of it, but if you had to pick out one game from last year that you thought was your best game, what would you say it was?
Best game last year. It'd have to be one of them down the stretch. I think like. Honestly, maybe like Vancouver. I think I was.
What about Vancouver and Montreal? Because that's the one that I was thinking of.
Yeah, that could be one too. I think just down the stretch, like I feel like I was playing some really good hockey. You know, I was comfortable. I was, you know, maybe not as stressed that I was, you know, gonna get, you know, make a mistake and get taken out. You know, I kind of had a little bit of runway, obviously with goals out. So yeah, I think I was comfortable playing relaxed and you know still intense. But yeah, that was some good hockey.
I'll bring up that first game because the one against Vancouver, because you and Ghouls were smoking people.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're not going to get an opportunity to hit someone on every shift. That physical edge, though, how critical is it to incorporate that into the other elements that you bring?
Yeah, it's huge. I think. I mean, that's one of the biggest, I'd say, things that can separate me just, you know, as a player, I think is, you know, me being physical, me separating guys from pucks and, you know, bringing that edge. And, yeah, I mean, I think I've found it's hard, too, because you don't want to run around and be out of position. And, you know, you're always trying to do the right thing and be in the right position. But I think I've gotten a pretty good grip on, you know, when to go, when not to go. And, you know, people have been talking to me about it too, you know, like reading the situation, reading the time of the game and stuff. So, you know, I think I've been working on it.
Sorry if you already answered that, but what do you think you need to do in this camp particularly, like compared with the last 2 seasons? Like, what do you want to do and what do you need to do to prove yourself?
I think the PK is a big part of it. You know, I think if I get the opportunity to, you know, get in the PK on preseason games, I definitely have to, you know, make sure I'm dialed in there and, you know, not make any mistakes, you know, get the puck out, do my job there. I think that's huge. I think, you know, shift to shift, just bringing the urgency that, you know, has gotten me here and, you know, not taking a shift off. I think whoever can, you know, stay the most consistent and, you know, mistake-free, I think is, you know, gonna be able to get the job.
How can you work on being more consistent? They talk a lot about consistency this season. How can you work on that?
I mean, it's more like a shift-to-shift thing. It's, you know, never taking a shift off. I think the biggest word for me is urgency, and, you know, Marty talks a lot about that. It's, you know, when you have that urgency and, you know, pace, you know, my game is just my game. You know, I'm closing on guys quick, I'm being physical, and, you know, making, you know, good first pass out. So I think it's all about urgency.
It's probably tough a bit because you're in the NHL because of your strength, right? But if you want to play with your strength, you have to be physical.
Yeah.
At the same time, you don't have to be physical all the time.
Yeah.
So can you just explain us the complexity of being like, of just playing with balance, because that's what Marty asked you.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's toughest part about it. I mean, it's learning when to go, when not to go. Yeah, I mean, you can't overcommit too, because then if guy gets by you, you're sitting in the stands. So it's always just trying to find that balance. And I mean, at the end of the day, you're playing hockey. You can't think too much about it. You got to play with a certain level of like swagger and looseness. But I think over the years I have a pretty good idea of what I need to do, and physicality wise, and if there's a hit there, I'm taking it every day. But it's not running around. Not running around. That's for sure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Laval, you have a different approach, a different way to bring into this game this year?
Yeah, I think just kind of show where I can fit in on this team. Kind of just show my skill set, my attributes, and then find a place I can fit and complement this team.
You played as a winger last year in Laval at the end of the season. You feel you have a new weapon, maybe a better player this year for this training camp?
Yeah, I think the versatility is huge. It was a bit of an adjustment. It was my first time playing wing when I started that around the end of last season. Never really had done it before, so it was definitely different. But I think it just adds to my toolkit, and it's definitely a benefit to have kind of in my back pocket whenever needed.
What was your reaction when you saw the lineup and see you with two guys that are labeled as regulars on the team?
Yeah, no, it's exciting. Again, obviously I haven't quite reached that point yet, but to be able to be put with them, I can just do my best to show what I can bring and how I can help them out, and complement their game, and just try and just show what I can bring to NHL forwards.
Marty was saying that you're at your best when you play a direct game and get involved physically. How do you get that? How do you get involved in a game? Make sure you showcase that.
Yeah, just try and get on the body. Use my strength and physicality to win puck battles and all that. It's always fun to get in that kind of style of game. Using my speed and my strength to open up plays and open up space in the offensive zone off the forecheck to create off that.
Your high level of fitness is known from anyone. How much can it help you in the NHL, especially in one-on-one battles and all this stuff? Do you feel comfortable against big men?
Yeah, it's super important. It definitely helps a ton, just being physically prepared and just being strong against guys that are maybe bigger and I guess just more physically. Not necessarily physically mature, but just genetically stronger, I guess. Yeah. Just bigger guys. Definitely helps to, give yourself a bit of a, stepping stool to try and, keep up with them in the corners and stuff. So, it's something I always try and focus on, and it definitely helps, throughout, at this kind of level. Everybody's strong and everybody's knows how to win battles. So to be able to give myself a chance, I guess, to help myself out in that way to win battles is huge.
And in the same way, were you a bit surprised when you saw Leinot send it to you that way on the ice?
Hey, I mean, he caught me at a good time. It was a good hit. I was just trying to get that shot off, but I was kind of surprised when I looked up and saw it was him that was coming across to lay that hit. So it's cool to see that side of his game, I guess. As long as it's clean, I don't care. It's good on him.
As long as he's on the reliable on our occasion too.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No, I don't feel, to be honest, anything that comes on social media. As long as people have fun and don't make any weird comments, I'm all for it. So I think it's funny. As long as we like to have fun, we like to keep it positive. So No, it was great. It was a interesting interview, but I don't think too much about it.
Now, when you're on the bench like that, though, does it sort of help you keep involved in the game to sort of be doing stuff like that, and rather than just sitting there?
I mean, I don't really like to chirp because I'm not good at it, but I had nothing really to do, and they started it, to be honest. So I felt like I wanted to help the team a little bit so the players can focus on their game and I can maybe get them of their mindset a little bit, but it was just trying to help the team. I don't have anything personal against anyone on the Capital, so it was more like, but it was good. I mean, at the end of the day, when we were in the line to shake hands, everyone was laughing about it. So
it was funny.
Everything is good fun. It's fun to play in the NHL.
Had they been chirping at you or at your teammates?
No, they were chirping my teammates because I don't even know if they knew who I was, but no. But after I got in on that, then I definitely had some chirps coming my way. But I like it too, so everything worked out pretty well. But got to be careful to stay pretty dialed in on your job and don't get too attached on what they think, because goalie and players are pretty different mental positions. So. Just try to next time maybe don't say that much.
Having that last time in the playoff, how much did that inform you about what you need to do this summer or even now, just to become a better player?
I think it's it's a similar hockey but more intense. So I guess I feel like if we bring the intensity from day one, everyone that will just be better team overall. So I feel like the more intensity and see how physical and how every play matters, I feel like can make us a better team.
And you've always been quite candid with us and saying, you're just happy to live your dream. Just do you still pinch yourself now, coming to the camp and thinking?
Yeah, it's a good life. Every day it's a battle and I'm having fun. I don't know, I show up, practice, joke around, go home. Go for dinners.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's a good life. I know everything is good. I wanna keep living it. I'm still young, but it goes by fast, so I wanna enjoy it as much as I can.
Have you had a chance a little bit to build it?
You do your thing.
Do you feel like you've had to sort of reprogram yourself to sort of pick and choose the moments where you have to hit or not?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, I wouldn't say reprogram, but I would just say I'm just learning every day. And as I get older, I learn when the time is right and when not.
I couldn't find a better word. Sorry, man.
That's all right. That's all right. No worries.
We saw you land a big hit on Kirby earlier in the scrimmage, and you went over to him afterwards. What goes to your mind when you're playing and you hit Kirby like that? Do you think, oh, all was all right, kind of thing?
Yeah, obviously. I mean, I think our skates just clipped each other. I don't think I hit him there, but obviously I'm just checking in on him. I know he wants me to go hard on him. We battled every one-on-one in practice against each other, and he really wants to be ready for this season, so he chooses to go against me, which is pretty funny. But yeah, he likes when I give it to him, and we shake it off after.
I'm sorry if it's been asked of you before, but the extra mobility and foot speed, was it the focal point of your summer? Because it seems like it stands out as an improvement so far.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that was probably the main thing this summer. Like, I didn't have a skating coach specifically, but I got Adam Nicholas to send me drills, and I just made sure I was lighter in the corner so I can keep up with the faster guys. And I think when me and Marty were talking to them in the season, that was a big thing. Just improve your foot speed, like side to side in the corners. Because when I can get going, I can skate fast, but it's just like coming from a stop and stuff like that. So that was the main focus this summer.
So you feel good so far with it,
yeah.
The improvements that you...
Yeah, pretty good. It feels like it's showing.
Yeah, good.
Thanks.
Thanks, Arber.
Thanks for your time.
Did you just spur the puck or you
How, you're looking for a house last time we talked to you, and then twins. How do you just describe everything you've gone through this summer?
Yeah, a lot's changed. I've had to, I guess, grow up quick, learn how to own a home, and now be a father. So it's been great. Kids are doing well, wife's doing great, and we're enjoying the process.
What was your reaction when you found out it was twins?
I should have looked into my wife's lineage before that, yeah. We weren't that shocked once we looked into it afterwards, so yeah.
So how many twins are in her?
A few, yeah. Her brothers are twins, so we've got my mother-in-law here who's been through it and helping us out a lot right now.
There are two boys, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What are their names?
Riley and Finley.
Riley and Finley?
Yeah.
Good
yeah.
Irish background.
Mm-hmm.
R-I-L-E-Y?
Pardon me?
R-I-L-E-Y
yeah.
and F-I-N-D.
F-I-N-L-E-Y. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I know it was last season, you know, it was such a big for you and the contract and everything else. And, you could have held out. I mean, you talked about it already, how you decided you wanted to stay here. But when you look back at it and you see, the salary cap going up and everything like that, is the right word, but any thoughts that it turned out if you had held off?
No, especially with what we were going through and everything, it's so nice to have some stability. We've got a great home, great neighbors, great area, and we're still pretty close to home as well. And we've had a lot of help come through, which was needed, and there's zero regrets or anything like that.
Your goals, what was your reaction when you found out you were going to play with Galley and it looked like pretty obvious?
I wasn't too shocked, yeah.
No, it seemed like
played with them a bunch before. It's a great line. They both bring a lot to the table, and if we stick together, it'll be a lot of fun.
Are you still carpooling with Galley?
Yeah, I drove him today now. Yeah.
Oh, you're driving?
Whoever has rougher sleeps now, the other guy drives, I think.
Are you guys are exchanging dad tips?
Yeah. That's what it's usually. It's fantasy football or dad tips now.
Is he teasing you about having two?
I just don't want to hear it because he only has one. So if he has problems, I got double.
Do you like the potential of Alex Newhook on PK?
Yeah, I was talking about it a little bit this summer, and I think he'd be great on it. He's got great speed and great hockey IQ, and you need a little grit to your game, and he definitely has that. So he's going to be great out there if he does kill. And I always tell him you get a little bit more ice time usually when you are killing, and there are chances out there if you can read the plays well.
You're going to have a new partner. You lost Army, his name Leonard, but do you expect some adjustment at the beginning of the season with your new partner?
To start, I expect us to be ready to go, but maybe in a few of the preseason games there will be some hinks, but nothing, I don't think we're changing too much in our system, and we all kind of have a spot that we like to be in, and we have, we can find that chemistry pretty quickly.
Paul Byron was still here when you came in. Is it far-fetched to see some potential from Alex Newhook on the PK to get, because of his speed, to get those breakaways?
Yeah, they definitely have the speed thing going for both of them, and Paulie was just really good at reading plays and seeing those opportunities, and I think Newey's got that potential as well.
What makes a good penalty kill?
I think it's reading the plays well and reacting well, and obviously having a good stick and being willing to be in those, I guess, ugly lanes where it gets a little painful sometimes, and if you can do that, sometimes opportunities come from that.
I think after Galley, you and Nick are the two guys who've been here the longest. Does it go fast?
It does.
Veteran guy, how do you go from a rookie to a veteran?
Yeah. I think obviously just going through a rebuild that happens a little bit quicker, but it does. It's weird to say I'm the fourth oldest on the team, I think, now, and it doesn't feel like it, but we got a great group in here, and it's been fun to be with these younger guys. They bring a lot of energy, and Galley's the old man on the team now.
Yeah. Jake, just, not everyone can play the PK. So, I know you're talking about reads and everything, but, what separates people? What separates people being able to succeed doing something like that?
It's obviously being smart about it, and sometimes you can be a step ahead of maybe what a team wants to do, and you can have a deceptive stick where you might let the team think that there's a lane open, and you can take that away quick, and I think from all of that you frustrate a lot of teams, and then again create your own opportunities.
Thanks, Jake.
Thank you.
Thank
Guys.
you.
Kahkonen.
Okay.
Yeah,
practice
it's
that.
yeah, it's fine.
Kaapo
It's
Kahkonen.
Kahkonen. The H is tough in the middle there, but yeah.
How's the experience been so far? What brought you to the Habs? Maybe what did you like about this opportunity when you signed it?
Yeah, it's been amazing. Great start of this training camp. A lot of fun. It's a great group of guys. At least for now. When the opportunity was there, to sign with the Habs, when I heard about that, I just got really excited. I think it's such a storied franchise. Great, players, great teams in the past, and to play for a club like that, I think it's kind of a dream for any hockey player, really. So.
Have you had any discussions with other fans that have played here in the past or that are still now about the team?
Lehkonen, actually, I know him quite well. Yeah, he said, he was happy for me. We skate. We have this group back home in the summer times that all the NHL players, we skate together, and he told me, yeah, you're gonna love it, and it's great. And then obviously I know Patty a little bit. We played in the World Juniors together, and I played against him a bunch. So.
How do you view your role here?
Well, in my mind, in my head, it's just day by day. I'm coming in and I'm trying to earn a spot on the team. That's all I'm focused on, really, honestly. And everything else is up to somebody else to decide. But I'm just gonna, do my best to make that decision to be the one that I would be on the team. So that's my goal.
At the age that you're at, and with the successful stints you've had in the NHL, where would you say you are in your career? At what point are you in your career?
Well, it's funny. First, you're coming into the league. You're a young rookie, and you're just a prospect or whatever. And then it feels like a couple weeks later, you're a veteran or whatever. But I see myself. I think. I feel really good about my game. I think the last few years I've worked on a lot of different things, and I feel really good about it. But I obviously think there's still a lot of room to improve as well. So I think the overall, the more you play, the more you experience. And I've been on a lot of different teams, so I've seen quite a many different kinds of really good teams and teams that maybe didn't do that well. And you always try to learn from any experience you have, and I think I feel really good about my game right now. So.
Sorry, your latest one seemed like a really positive experience. What did you draw from that?
Last year, yeah, the playoffs. Yeah, it was amazing. Amazing to play in the playoffs. Obviously, first time for me and coming over to North America. That one year we had a good team in Iowa, but COVID shut it down. So. And then a couple of years with Minnesota, I was in the playoffs, but didn't play. But yeah, anytime you get to be in the playoffs, it's such an amazing atmosphere. Usually at any arena. And well, I actually watched a couple of games last year. The Habs and Washington series. Obviously, you could even hear it through the TV screen how loud it is here. So, but yeah, definitely playing the playoffs is amazing, and obviously that's a goal for this team as well.
For you, what's the difference between the good version of yourself that gets those starts in big games versus when you've struggled and got unfortunately sent down? What's the difference in your game you feel that allows you to be the guy?
Yeah, I think for any goalie, you look at any great goalies, you see calmness, you see consistency, you see that they're in control, nothing phases them. I think that's what I am, what I try to be, and help out a lot of ways as well. Playing the puck and communicating with the defensemen and little stuff like that. I think those are some of my strengths.
It was you mentioned playing in the playoffs. You ended up playing against the Laval Rocket also. Yeah. How was it to face that team? And to a certain extent, maybe it's one of those occasions where management said, "Oh yeah, this guy, we could use him."
Yeah, well, you never know who's watching, right? Like that's what I've learned. Everybody says it, but it's and it sounds like a bit of a cliche, but it's true. It's you never know when the opportunity comes and who's there. And yeah, amazing series. It was fun to obviously first time you walk into this locker room. There's a bunch of players that played for that team last year, and
and staff as well, and they're all kind of but yeah, it's I guess now we're on the same side at least. But yeah, great experience, great crowd, and Laval good. I didn't know what to expect really. I never played there in the past, but everybody said before games that it would be really good. Good crowd, and yeah, it was great.
You mentioned Patrick Laine, that you're familiar a bit with him. What's he like behind the scenes? What do we don't know about Patrick?
I think he's just he's just himself. Like anytime you guys see him, he's just the same thing every day in the room as well. Just funny, cracking jokes, and laid back, calm. But I think he's got that. Once you get going, like you see him getting going, he's got that fire that that he sees an opportunity to score a goal, like he'll go for it. And yeah, I think that's what a lot of all the great goal scorers obviously have. So
you feel he's mentioned his battle with some demons a little bit in the past. Just when you see him now, how much do you see that he's such in a good space mentally?
Yeah, that stuff is obviously not easy. I wasn't there when he was dealing with all that, so I can't really tell how it actually was or how it actually affected him. But I think what I've seen now this year, at least at training camp, and he looks good. He looks really good out there and on the ice, but also I think we're obviously both Finns, so we crack jokes every here and there, like about anything, and good to see him in a good space.
And maybe just on Jakub Dobes, he's the young kid that got in last year a little bit out of nowhere for this team, and he ended up getting probably more than he expected. He's really like sometimes he comes up as still a deer in headlights a little bit, still pinching himself that he's living his dream. What's he been like with you? What's kind of the relationship that you're building with him so far during this camp?
Yeah, great. Obviously, a really cool experience for him. Like I mentioned, the playoffs at the Bell Center, that would be a dream for anybody. Great. We skate on different groups and kind of at least these first couple of. Well, actually, we're in the same group. We've been doing splitting the scrimmages and stuff. So on the ice, I haven't seen him as much, but I think in the room, he's a funny guy. He's smiling. He's joking around. Guys are joking around with him. So it's seems like a good guy.
Thank you.
Yep.